have known each other for quite a while, and witnessing the work that Paul does with the thousands and thousands of students around the world is actually just leaves me in awe. You guys are going to be entertained. You can see Paul stands up. He's funny. He's got lots to share with you. He's going to give you a masterclass on rethinking social media in a way that you probably never even thought of. So you're going to learn how to potentially either use social media effectively to expand your business or to generate additional revenue or to start a business. And he's the only man that I believe teaches this in an appropriate way, as he puts on, as you can see, but as he's putting on his little Christmas hat upside down legs of Santa. But he's the only guy that does this, and he does it amazing. He's got an incredible team from all over the world, and he works with students just about everywhere. And I know that one day he's going to be talking on a stage to 80,000 people in the stadium. He has spoken on stages to 20, 30,000. He shared the stage with Les Brown many times as well, and many other great speakers around the world. He's a special man with a very special message, and no better way to end the day than to spend some time with Paul O'Mahony. So Paul, I'm going to hand right over to you because we are running a bit behind time, but you got your full time to do your magic with everyone, and thanks so much for making your time available, man.
Well, thank you so much, Brian, and thank you so much to all of your team, and of course Les, who did a phenomenal job there. Guys, I will do my very best to actually shorten this a little bit so that we don't run over. I am very aware of your time, and this is so going to be worth your time. Just give me a few minutes if you haven't heard me before, because believe me, this is for you. And let me start by asking you a question, please. Can I ask you a question? Right now, how many of you type in yes if it is difficult for you to make money on the internet at the moment, just as it stands, like right now, today, as you're sitting in front of the computer looking at me, looking at you? Okay, wow, okay. Literally hundreds and hundreds of yeses. Okay, great. Thank you for your honesty. That's a great start. Now, can I ask a second question? How many days is it since you last purchased something on the internet? 0 if it was today, if you just bought Les's program. 1 if it was yesterday. 2 if it was 2 days ago, and so on. Okay, so lots of zeros, lots of ones. 14 yesterday, 20. It's very specific, Katrina. Virginia 1. Okay, lots of zeros, lots of ones. A big mix. Well, here's the good news. This means that you are already excellent at making money on the internet. You're a professional at it. The problem is you are making the money for somebody else. Does that make sense? You already know how to make money on the internet. Many of you do it every single day. The problem is it's for other people. Who is ready to start making money for themselves rather than for other people on the internet? Type in yes or type in I'm ready if you are ready to make some withdrawals from the internet rather than lodgements, right? Everyone you know, your peers, your family, your friends, everyone that says stay away from the internet, it's a scam, be very scared. On they go and they purchase something on there just a few minutes later. I want to show you how to stop wasting time on the internet and learn how to start earning money. Type in I'm with you if you are with me right now. Say, I'm with you, Paul, I'm with you. If this is exactly what you want to learn, how to stop wasting time you're already using on the internet and start cashing in on the biggest opportunity that's ever been. And what an excellent time after Les has got you pumped up and motivated, inspired, driven, focused, and hungry to learn how you can take that hunger, bring it onto the internet, and start bringing it into your life, okay? So let me show you just some examples of when the world is panicking and people are falling apart right now, of what can happen when you learn how to master the internet. So these are just taken in the middle of the COVID pandemic, the big time problems, right? To show you from one website that we have what was going on during the same time when everyone else was telling you, the world is going to end and all these kind of terrible things. July, $232,000. June, $241,000. May, $578,000. April, $493,000. February, $329,000. This is like winning the lottery every single month for many people. So I'm starting with this not to impress you, not to show off, but to prove to you what is possible, even what's considered the toughest time of all time, right? To actually have security around money, not when you learn how to make money on the internet. For example, here's some screenshots from different websites that we have. Last 7 days, $204,000. Last 4 weeks, $552,000. Last 12 months, $1.59 million. Another account, last 4 weeks, $70,000. Last 12 months, $2.14 million. And these are all in US dollars. I want to show you how to crack the code so that you can learn, as I say, how to start to make money, not actually lose money and spend money on the internet anymore. So who is this for, right? Who is this for? If you are owning a business right now, if you own a business, can you please type in 1? Can you type in 1 if you own a business? Okay, quite a lot of you. So this is just like another day of the week, another work day. Entrepreneurs, as Laurie Greiner says, the only people I know who work 80 hours a week to avoid a 40-hour-a-week job, right? How true is that for so many entrepreneurs? Working twice the time to make half the money. So you know you need to be using the internet better. You know you can utilize social media better. I don't need to tell you that. You know that, right? So that's fine. But a lot of you are not business owners here. How many of you actually want to be influencers? You have a message to share. You're confident about speaking in camera. You know, you genuinely aren't too bothered about what other people think. You're like, no, I'm here with a message. I'm the next Les. I'm going to be my tagline is going to be, I'm thirsty. And that's going to be your thing because no one's ever thought of it before, right? Who wants to be an influencer? If that's you. Actually, it should be an Irish person that says I'm thirsty, really. That would work really well. Okay, there's only going to be about, I would say, 20% of you because it's not normal to be, comfortable in that sort of position. So I get that. Now, what about if there's lots of people typing in, I'm thirsty? Amazing, right? I hope Les sees this. He'll absolutely love it. What about the third type of person? Who here, type in 3 if you don't like social media. The minute you heard that someone was going to talk about social media or the internet, you very nearly tuned out. In fact, you don't understand why people use it. You don't know why people put pictures of their kids on the internet and expect other people to say that their kids are beautiful when they're not. Or to take a picture of their dinner on a night out. You're thinking, what's wrong with people? Type in 3 if that sounds like you. But if you could somehow make money from it without a business, without a product, without business experience, without having services, and nobody for your friends and family needing to know it's you, that you actually would be very interested. Type in 3 if that's you, because I'm going to guess that's at least 50% of you, and it absolutely is. So, by the way, the chat is private. I can see all of your chats here, so thank you for this. I don't want you to be distracted, but this is amazing to get this real-time feedback. Okay? Now, I'm going to let you in on a little bit of a secret here. I have written the book, Rethink Social Media, and I am willing to admit I don't even like it. I don't like social media. So it's okay. I don't know why people spend their lives looking at other people's lives, but I can tell you your relationship will change when you learn how social media can start to make you wealthy beyond your wildest dreams. Type in, show me if that's exactly what you want to see. Type in, show me if you want to figure out how people like me are literally making tens of millions of dollars when others are telling you, oh, stay away from the internet, right? When that's where we all are at. Okay, fantastic. So here is the 4-step process. I'm going to jump in right in. I'll tell you later about me, my background, my story, all those things. But I'm only going to tell you that after you start to understand the process and why you absolutely can start doing this immediately, right? You start off, okay? You start off by picking a niche or a niche for my American friends here today where people are already spending their money, where people have problems every single day. We are not here today. I'm afraid some of you now might be here hoping for this, but for me, I'm a realist. I want to take your financial stress away. Type in, yes, please, if you would love for me just to show you that. To say, yes, please. I'm not here to show you how to pursue your passion, how to find what your meaning is in life, what is your purpose, and how to translate your vocation into your vacation, and how to turn your passion into your profit. I'm like, hang on a second, that's too many things. Can we just make some money? Can we take the pressure off? Can we just figure that bit out first? And then we can start to find our true purpose and vision and meaning and purpose. I'm saying this as a student like yourselves. When you hear too much sometimes, it's difficult to process. But I can tell you when you've got the money taken care of, then it becomes so much easier to actually find your true purpose because you don't have the stress of financial scarcity, right? So we're going to pick a niche where people have problems every day because that's where the money is. Then we go to social media and find people with problems. If you've ever been on social media, you'll realize that's all it is. People complaining with problems, right? Then what we do is we're going to invite people out of social media, the general noise and publicity of there, into the privacy of our email list, which we will refer to as our database as we move forward through this training, okay? It's called, what you're looking at there in part 3 is like what we call a squeeze page or an opt-in page, okay? A squeeze page or an opt-in page. And then the fourth step is how do you make money from this process? And that's what we want to go through together here in this training, primarily focusing on the second piece where we're talking about finding the right people. We're actually going into social media. Type in, yes, please, if you would like to know and see today on social media how to find people who own their own home, who are wealthy, people with a net worth of over $1 million, people who are just got a credit card in the post, right? Well, this is what we're going to be showing you literally today, how this is done, right? People have no idea that this is possible, right? So let's go in and talk about finding your niche and finding the perfect person for your business. Zig Ziglar puts it really, really well, that you can have everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want. For me, this is business 101. He doesn't start by saying, figure out your desires, figure out what your purpose is in life, your vision, your mission, all those kind of things which I truly believe in. But he says, look, if you want to get the pressure off and get money in and get what you want, just give others what they want. Because guess what? They have the money. They have the money. So give them what they want. And what do people want? Simple. They want 3 things. They want health, they want wealth, they want happiness. Health, wealth, and happiness. And what would be great is if you could mentally choose right now, okay, which of these are you going to focus on? Because the thing about these, there's no one pill that fixes you health-wise. There's no one pill that fixes you wealth-wise or happiness-wise. They're a continuous, constant evolution as you get older and as you go through life. You're always looking to spend more money in these areas, always. So it doesn't go away. So we pick one of them to begin with. The second benefit, other than the fact that people will spend money in this area forever, is that there are already hundreds of thousands of products that exist that you don't even need to come up with. They're already there. They're best-selling products. They're incredible. They work extremely well. They've got success stories. They've got testimonials. They already exist. And you could be selling those to other people. Right? So let's now move on to the second step, finding the right people on social media. Why do we use social media? Not because we love it, not because we really, really are keen and interested in knowing what everybody is doing every day. Not at all. We are in there for a very different reason. If you look at this very simple picture that's in front of you right now, there were 3 people, one with a green jigsaw puzzle, one with a red puzzle, and one with a blue puzzle. In a world where people are panicking right now, type in agree if you agree with me that people are genuinely panicked, worried, concerned right now about their futures, about the present, about their next week, let alone next year, their children, their children's futures, their country's economy, and it's so stressful. And then we look at the media and they reinforce this. They say, well, everything you know is going to change. You better prepare, but they don't tell you how. It's just constantly fear. Well, I'm going to show you how you absolutely can have certainty in your financial future after listening to this. I want to show you a business model that's built on 2 key foundations that will never change in our lifetimes. Now, I know we've been told by our parents in school and in school that things we know will always change. Well, not these 2 things. The first thing that will never change is this. We'll see if you agree or not. Type in agree if you agree that people will never stop having problems. People will never stop having problems, right? As long as you're on the planet, as long as you're above ground, you're never going to stop having problems, right? We know that for sure. So the person on the left-hand side is a regular person with regular problems. So that's a great place to start because they're never going to go away. It doesn't matter how long they live, how much money they have, they're always going to have problems. The second thing that's true of people, and that will never change, is that the vast majority of people are wired to spend their money. The first thing they think about when they think about money is how am I going to get rid of it? What am I going to put my money into? What am I going to spend my Christmas bonus on? What am I going to spend my salary on this month, right? We're constantly thinking about how we're going to get rid of it. So people will always have problems and they're always going to spend their money. The third thing that we're going to focus on that never changes and hasn't done up until now is this, and it's a frightening statistic. 96% of traditional business owners fail. 96% of traditional business owners fail in the first 10 years. Think about that, 10 years to fail. If I'm going to fail, I want to fail in 10 minutes, not in 10 years. And these are smart people. They've been to college, they've got business degrees, they've got diplomas, and somehow they've only got a 4% chance of success. I'm not here to show you how to have a 4% chance of success. I'm here to show you how to have a 100% ironclad chance of success every single time. If you want 4% chance of success, you can go to college, right? You do it by becoming a matchmaker. You position yourself in the middle between the entrepreneur with the blue jigsaw puzzle, who's a traditional business owner, who has a great product and service, but they don't know how to find the people that want it. You position yourself in the middle. And so many entrepreneurs close their businesses down and shut down because they cannot overcome their addiction to their product or their service. They're constantly nervous. They're constantly losing sleep over the fact that competition is going to come in. Somebody's going to disrupt you. That's a fact. It's absolutely going to happen. But why see that as a threat when you can actually collaborate? Why could you not have your own stuff, but also allow yourself to sell other businesses' products at the same time? So instead of restricting your flow of cash, you allow as much cash to flow in your direction as possible. In fact, the one thing that you can do right now is just get out of your own way. Stop thinking too much. Simplify and let the money flow through you. Type in "let the money flow" if you're ready to let the money flow to you right now. Right? Let the money flow. Brilliant, right? Because that's what we got to do. Get out of our own way, right? And wait till you see how simple this is in its essence. Because you might say, well, Paul, that sounds great. In fairness, okay, you got me, I'm still here. But, Paul, if it was this easy, wouldn't everybody else be doing it? Well, let's start. That's an interesting question, but 99.6% of people on the planet are not millionaires. So I'm not too worried about what everyone else is doing. I actually want to know the opposite of that. I don't want to know what everyone else is doing because they're not making money. I want to know what are the most successful and fastest growing businesses in the world doing? And does it relate in any way to what you're talking about, Paul? Thank you for such a great question, actually. Well, let's look at Uber, for example. The world's largest taxi company doesn't own any vehicles. Facebook, the world's largest content sharer, doesn't create any. Alibaba, the world's largest store, doesn't have any inventory. Airbnb, the world's largest accommodation provider, doesn't own any real estate. Booking.com, hotels.com, ironically, doesn't own any hotels. Amazon, they don't write any books. eBay don't create any products. Banks don't print money. They take money off the first person in the line and sell it to the next person in the line and charge interest to keep that person interested in coming back to get more. Type in aha or light bulb if you've just had a bit of an insight. Sometimes the wood is too close to us to see the difference between the wood and the trees. None of these incredibly fast, multi-billion-dollar businesses take the risks of traditional businesses. They don't go out and do the things that businesses used to do. They're not worried about buying a hotel and seeing is it in the right location and what the weather is like and who's going to be changing the beds in the morning and cooking the breakfast. They just say, hey, there's an empty room. Let's fill it. I'm not going to drive around all day in traffic. I just have someone else drive around in the traffic. I'm not going to buy the car even. I just allow that person to get a lift from somebody else. It's right in front of your eyes, but until somebody points it out, most of us miss it. And what's even more interesting is you starting today could be making money from anything that's on Amazon right now. You could be selling it. Anything that's on eBay right now, you could be selling it. Any holiday on Booking.com, Hotels.com, Expedia.com, you could be making money from that booking. The reason you don't do it is because you're surrounded by people that don't do it, and they'll tell you stay away from the internet. It's a scary place, while they are literally on the internet saying, let me show you, let me Google it. While they're literally on there spending their money at the exact same time. Who's ready to rethink how they use the internet? Type in rethink if you are ready to understand that, okay, I just need a different perspective. Oh my God, I've been making money all this time. This is why. This device, your smartphone, it is the addiction of society. It wakes us up in the morning. We carry it around with us all day long. We bring it into the bathroom with us where no one else is welcome. We leave it beside us at night time. What's our new routine at night? We kneel down beside our beds. Not to give thanks. It's to look for the charging cable for your phone, to make sure that it's plugged in overnight. You couldn't care less if your partner is charged in the morning. But the idea of your phone starting with 15% charge in the morning is like a freaking nightmare. This is the world that we live in today, where people who are lost and who have no goals constantly pick this device up. You know why? Because they are now about to work on someone else's goals. This becomes your compass. This becomes your North Star. And I can guarantee you, it's never you that's contacting yourself. It's never a phone call from yourself going, hello, is that me? No, it's not me. I wouldn't have rang me. Right? It's someone else. It's someone looking for your time, your attention, your focus, your energy, and your money. It's your family, your kids, it's businesses all around you. But you could be making a fortune from this at exactly the same time. Instead of this being your number one liability, taking money out of your pocket, it could be worth its weight in gold to you and become your number one asset. Because the rest of the world are carrying you around in their pockets 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, an opportunity that's never been there before. And now all you've got to do is start to implement this. Right? So rather than asking the question, well, if it was this great, why isn't everybody else doing it? You have to stop asking the question about why people with no money have no money. The question should be,